Ohio gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, the Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We are giving English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, we're calling Game 2 of the series between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Chiba Lotte Marines. And we're first going to give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Chiba. Leading off and playing in left field, wearing number 38 is Akito Takabe. Batting second and playing second base, wearing number 8 is Shogo Nakamura. Batting third and doing the catching, wearing number 32 is Toshiya Sato. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 54, Brandon Laird. Batting fifth at first base, wearing number 51 is Koki Yamaguchi. Batting sixth and playing third base, wearing number 5 is Hisanori Yasuda. Batting seventh in center field, wearing number 25 is Hiromi Oka. Batting eighth in right field, wearing number 7 is Shuhei Fukuda. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, wearing number 55 is Edney Hechavarria. And they're going to face a left-hander in Masaru Fuji. He is getting his second start of the season. He's 1-0. He went 6 innings, allowing 4 hits. No walks, his strikeout 4 in his season debut. And he will take to the hill for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. And now the lineup from the home team. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are going to roll out the starting 9. Batting first in left field, wearing number 6 is Haruki Nishikawa. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 34 is Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Batting third and playing second base, wearing number 3 is Hideo Asamura. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 35 is Hiroki Shimochi. Batting fifth and playing first base, wearing number 12 is Jose Marmaleos. Batting in the sixth spot and playing third base, wearing number 24 is Fumiya Kurikawa. Batting seventh and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 8 is Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting eighth in right field, wearing number 50 is Atsuki Muto. And batting ninth and doing the catching is Jinjiro Sumatani, and he wears number 26. And they are going to be facing a right-hander today for the Marines, and this is going to be Takuto Kawamura. He is 1-0 on the season. He has pitched 5 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. His ERA is 7.20. So those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call of all the action. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and Zero Fox Sports. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. Let him know Last Drops Baseball sent you, and you can qualify for his monthly drawing and his free pack giveaway. And so the starter for Tohoku, Fuji, has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway. Leading off, it'll be Akito Takabe. It'll be Shogo Nakamura and Toshiya Sato, the 1-2-3 hitters in the batting order. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach up into the seats on the third base side, and that's going to make the count at 0-1. Takabe batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Fuji, who goes back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1 strike. For Takabe on the season, He is batting .268. He's got a homer and 9 RBIs. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander. Fuji ready to work again. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Takabe is retired on strikes for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. For Nakamura, he's batting at .211. He's got a homer and 9 runs batted in. He is getting the nod at second base tonight. Some changes in the batting order since the Marines. We saw them last time. Nakamura was holding down the 3 spot. They've moved up to the 2 spot in the batting order. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. The Marines are in their black tops with the pinstripes. They're wearing the white pants with the piping down the sides. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are in their traditional home whites with the maroon and gold trim. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. It's fielded neatly by Yamazaki over to first. And that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out 6-3 for out number 2 here in the top of the first inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up Toshiya Sato. For Sato, he's starting behind the plate tonight. He's hitting .227. He's got no homers and 11 runs batted in. He bats from the left side against the lefty Fuji. Fuji rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Rare midweek afternoon game. There's not a whole lot of these left on the schedule from here on out. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. I say that not too many left that will be to the end of the season during the midweek. There'll be the weekend games that will be played in the middle of the day. There's a fastball that just misses low, and the count goes to 2-1 on Sato. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Both of these pitchers are new to me. Both have only had 1 start in the NPB to this point. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. The starter, Fuji, for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, he is originally drafted in the 2020 draft. He was in the 3rd phase of the draft. There is a ground ball to third, but it gets by the diving third baseman for the Eagles, Kurikawa, and it gets into left field. We're going to have to take a look at that again, but I would probably have to rule out a base hit. We're going to see that again. He was just unable to get there and to knock it down. So a base hit here for Sato, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Laird, with 2 out and the runner on first. I was saying about the pitcher, Fuji. He made his NPB debut in his last start. He went to Tokyo University. He's actually a 25-year-old left-hander. There is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Laird. Had an impressive start in his first outing. He did not allow a run over his 6 innings of work. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving back on it is the center fielder tonight for the Eagles, and that is he's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it. It's normally Ryosuke Tatsumi who's out there, but it looks like it is Nishikawa in center. We'll get the confirmation on that when we return. But Brandon Laird is retired for out number 3 here in the first inning. So for the Marines in their half of the first, there was no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 1 half inning. It is the Marines nothing, the Eagles coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you could check it out tonight. Thanks for stopping in. We've got Big Ray, Troy Trolls, everybody else in the house. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome back, everybody. The right-hander Takedo Kawamura has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one back underway. The top of the order for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles will feature Haruki Nishikawa, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, and Hideto Asamura. And this is how it's going to get going here. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles have been playing very good baseball this year. They are in the top position of the Pacific League. They have been absolutely brilliant. And here's the first pitch delivered to Nishikawa. It's taken down for a ball, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As we got a chance to look at this tall right-hander Kawamura, he really throws over the top. There's a pitch that's down. The count is now 2-0. We started to say the Golden Eagles are 24-6-1. Yes, we say the one because there are ties in the Japanese League after 12 innings of play. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. For the Chiba Lotte Marines, they are kind of the bottom feeders in the Pacific League. They're in 5th place out of the 6 teams. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2 on Nishikawa. The Marines are 13.5 games behind the Eagles. They are 12-21-1. They have really struggled this season. Leonis Martin and Brandon Laird, some of the veterans on the team, have not produced up to their standards, although Brandon Laird has started to get it going lately. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 3-2 to Nishikawa. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Kawamura gets the sign. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Nishikawa stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. He's gone for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. The differences between these two teams: the Marines are suffering a power outage. They've only got 11 home runs in 34 games as a team this year. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles have 24 homers over that same stretch. And there's the first pitch that's delivered to Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. It's a breaking ball that misses down. Yamazaki did show like he wanted to bunt, but he pulled back. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamazaki. Yamazaki batting from the left side against the right-hander Kawamura. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Right now, the Eagles have a 4.5 game lead over the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, who are in action later tonight. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded to first. It's a nice play by the first baseman, Yamaguchi, to knock it down and keep it in front. He steps on the bag, and that is going to retire Yamazaki for out number 2. That is going to leave it up to the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. Our friend at Zero Fox Sports says he's not a Yankees fan, but Aaron Judge hit a bomb tonight. I know this. Reed Detmers has just thrown a no-hitter for the Angels probably about an hour or so ago. Came down the wire. And here comes the first pitch to Asamura. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Asamura on the season has got his average up to 308. He's got 6 homers and 27 RBIs. It's looking like he's going to have a bounce-back season from last year. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. There's a lot of school children in the crowd in attendance today. It's not a full house, as it is a matinee affair. We'll be back on the stream again tomorrow night for the same 2 teams. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1 to Asamura. So Zero Fox says it was the first walk-off of Aaron Judge's career. I find that fascinating. He's never done that before. There was a fastball down in the dirt, and the count goes now even to 2-2 to Asamura. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I haven't had a chance to take a look on the out-of-town Major League Baseball scoreboard. I was a little tied up most of the day today. We called the Tigers and the Athletics earlier. That was the game one of that doubleheader today. And there's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count's now 3-2. Pretty much all the games except for the Phillies Mariners are finals across Major League Baseball. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and Asamura is going to get himself a 2-out walk here in the first inning. That is going to bring up Hiroki Shimouchi. For Shimouchi, he's batting .268 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 16 runs batted in. He gets the night off defensively as he is getting the call as the DH. Our friend Zero Fox had pointed out that Aaron Judge had walked off. It was the Blue Jays that he'd walked off. They beat him 6-5. We say we'll take a look at some of the major league scores tonight. But as we said, Reed Detmer is the 2020 draft pick, pitching a no-hitter tonight for the Angels. It is probably the biggest news of the evening. There was a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike to Shimouchi, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. And stepping off and faking the throw to first base is the pitcher Kawamura. So Kawamura gets the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses low and away. And the count now runs even to 1-1. Getting the highlight of the Aaron Judge home run. That ball was absolutely smoked. I don't think it got into the upper deck at Yankee Stadium, but it was in the sort of that middle tier. It was a 450-foot blast. Not one of the furthest of the season, but 450 is definitely a no-doubter. So here comes the 1-1 offering from Kawamura. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into center field. Racing back on it is the center fielder Oka, and he makes the catch as he slides into the warning track, and that is going to retire Shimouchi for out number 3 here in the first inning. So for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles in their half of the first, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left aboard. We're now through one complete. It is the Eagles nothing, the Marines nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call. The top of the second inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Dave at Zero Fox Sports. Appreciate you, Dave.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We have Fuji taking over on the hill here again for his second inning work for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He is going to face Koki Yamaguchi, Hisanori Yasuda, and Hiromi Oka. And it is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order for the Marines. Now we're ready to get this one back underway. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Yamaguchi, and the count is 1-0. Yamaguchi, who's playing first base tonight, is batting .250 on the season with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They look over at the first base umpire, but there's nothing there. 2-0. So Big Ray has been one of the winners in Dave's Zero Fox Sports' contest. Be sure to check that out when you have a chance. There's a breaking ball down from Fuji, and the count is now 3-0 to Yamaguchi. So 3 balls and no strikes. And here comes the 3-0 offering. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-1 to Yamaguchi. It is a nice day in Tohoku, and it's a beautiful day for baseball anywhere. And there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is tapped, and it's going to go foul down the third base line. That is fielded by the third baseman Kurakawa in foul territory, and would have been a tough play had that stayed fair. He really had to charge it. The runner Yamaguchi doesn't run particularly fast. He's not a burner, but he would have maybe had an opportunity to beat that one out. So that's 3 balls and 2 strikes now on the first baseman Yamaguchi. We're glad you folks could come on in and check us out tonight. We're going to be doing a double dip. We'll be back on the air again tomorrow morning. So Zero Fox in the house tonight, and letting the winners know it was Troy and Big Ray who were the winners of the giveaway last month. Make sure that you go over and check out his channel. Let him know Last Drops Baseball sent you, and you'll be entered to win a pack giveaway. And there's a breaking ball swung on it. Is grounded to short. It's fielded by Yamazaki over to first, and that is going to retire Yamaguchi on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. We were on the call on the weekend when the other shortstop, Kobakata, slid headfirst into first base, and he ended up either fracturing his wrist or his thumb or doing something there. We haven't got all the details on that yet, but he is going to be out for some time, and it is going to be Yamazaki's position again to have to hold down at shortstop. So this is going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Yasuda is batting .235 on the season. He takes a first pitch for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Yasuda waiting on the offering from Fuji, who kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses on the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. So once again, we do appreciate Zero Fox for doing the giveaway on our behalf. Be sure to drop him a message. Go over and let him know. Watch one of our videos, and you'll be entered into next month's contest, or the month of May's contest, for a free pack of cards. Always good stuff from Dave at Zero Fox. There is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1 to Yasuda. So 3 balls and 1 strike. So Fuji ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. And that is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And Yasuda is aboard with a 1-out walk here in the second inning. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Hiromi Oka. For Oka on the season, he's hitting a .182. He's got a homer and 2 runs batted in. Oka is known more for his ability to run. He's got some good wheels. He covers a lot of ground. He's in center field. He makes some really good defensive plays. And here is the first pitch to Oka. There are other games in the NPB. If I was looking at this matchup tonight, sometimes there's people that bounce into our streams that think, or they're looking to know if there are any odds on what this game will be, or if we think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I looked at this matchup earlier, and I thought, there's going to be some runs scored here. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. But you never know. Obviously, in NPB baseball, both of these pitchers here are having their second start of the 2022 season. Fuji's coming off a very good performance. The other pitcher, Kawamura, did okay. Got the win, but wasn't exactly sparkling in his 5 innings of work. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a strike, but they said that the hitter went anyway. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oka, who hits from the right side, waiting on the offering from the lefty Fuji, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in. The count goes to 2-2. Shuhei Fukuda, the right fielder tonight, is waiting his turn on deck. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Fuji. Checks the runner, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now runs to 3-2. Sometimes in this situation, the offense may put their runner in motion to try to stay out of the double play possibilities, even though there is 1 out. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. We'll keep an eye on that. Fuji checks the runner, he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball down. And they were putting the runner in motion, but then is back-to-back walks allowed by Fuji. As Oka's the runner at first and Yasuda goes to second, that is going to bring up Shuhei Fukuda, and it's also going to bring a conference on the mound as the Golden Eagles catcher Simatani has gone out to talk to his young left-hander. So the Marines are threatening here. They've got runners on first and second with only 1 away. And Fukuda gets himself dug in. We're ready to go. And here comes the first offering from the lefty. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Fukuda. The catcher, Simatani, he goes through a touch system before he starts dropping the signals down. They throw down to second. Getting back in time is the base runner, Yasuda. As he slides back in safely, they had a pick play on. So Fukuda establishes his lead, or Yasuda establishes his lead. Fukuda waiting on the offering from the lefty Fuji. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It is a beautiful day for baseball in Tohoku. The sun is out. A lot of the players are wearing their glasses. So here comes the 1-1. It's a breaking ball. This is swung on. It is lifted into center field. Drifting over is Tatsumi. He makes the catch. Here comes the throw to third. And the base runner, Yasuda, is going to have to slam on the brakes. And he is going to have to hold. That is going to be 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to Edney Hechevarria. So Hechevarria steps to the plate. He's batting 200 on the season. He's got a homer and 6 runs batted in. So it doesn't really matter where Hechevarria plays. He's always flirting with the 200 mark, whether it's in Major League Baseball, whether it's in the NPB, whether it's in the Latin leagues or the winter leagues. He is not known for his stick. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Hechevarria. Hechevarria did have some important swings in last year's playoffs. A big-time home run in the first round of the playoffs for the Marines that helped get them into the next round. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is 1-1 to Hechevarria. As glove will travel is kind of his motto. He's a very slick fielder at the shortstop position. And so here comes the 1-1 offering. Fuji ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. We've got Some more action again tomorrow morning when we're going to call the Blue Jays and the Yankees tomorrow. There's a fastball that's swung on. This ball is lifted up into center field. Drifting over to his left is the center fielder Tatsumi. He hauls it in, and that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the second inning. They threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're through 1.5. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the second inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us.
Hello guys, thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs, we have pounds, we have Deutschmarks, we have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Thank you, Steve. We're back underway here at the bottom of the second inning. It's Jose Marmoleos, Fumiya Kurakawa, and Ryosuke Tatsumi to face the right-handed slants of Takedo Kawamura. And the first 2 pitches to Jose Marmoleos, the first one was a ball, and the second one was a foul ball. Fastball that he fouled away over on the first base side. So we've got a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Check that. No balls and 2 strikes. The first one was a check swing strike. And there is a breaking ball that Marmoleos waves on and misses, and he is retired for out number 1 on a strikeout. And he has history here in the top or bottom half of the second inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up Fumiya Kurakawa. For Kurakawa on the season, he's hitting .286. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. He is coming up to face the right-hander Kawamura for the first time this evening. So right-hander against the left-hander. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So a few changes in the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles lineup that we've seen tonight as opposed to a few nights ago. And there is a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-1. And this is not one of them as Kurakawa was in the lineup. Muto is new. Sumitani, he's played part-time. There's a fastball that is swung on and grounded to first. It is fielded neatly by the first baseman, Yamaguchi, who steps on the bag, and that is going to retire Kurakawa on a ground out to 3. So just like that, 2 up and 2 away here in the second. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. For Tatsumi, he's batting .247 on the season. He started to pull his average up. He was really languishing in around the 200 mark. He's got a couple of homers and 8 RBIs. He does play a very steady center field. So right-hander against the left-hander, and here's the first pitch from Kurakawa. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Tatsumi waiting again. There's a fastball swung on it. Is tapped slowly back toward the mound, but it's got some spin on it as it kicks over the first base line. It's going to go foul. Started off, it was chopped right down. There was a lot of spin on it. It was heading back toward the pitcher. As we could see it, it actually bounced off the plate. And then as the pitcher went to get it, just kept spinning over, and it ended up going across the line. That is going to run the count now to no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes on Tatsumi. As we said, it's a beautiful day for baseball in Tohoku. And here comes the 0-2 offering. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tatsumi holds at the belt. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball missing down. Nice block by the catcher Sato there to keep that ball from squirting away. But there's nobody on base that he has to worry about, so the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kai-Moon Chan asked the question, is anybody bet on this game? There's a split figure pitch that is swung on and missed. And Tatsumi is going to be retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Eagles in their half of the second, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We'll be back to answer that question from Kai-Moon Chan in just a moment. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back with you after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Matt. We are moving here to the top of the 3rd inning. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. And it is going to be, check that, the top of the order coming up for the Marines. I got to get myself straight here. Usually you're drinking the tea and the caffeine stuff to keep us going. Tonight we've chosen hot chocolate, and maybe that's throwing our game off a little bit. It's going to be Akito Takabe, Shogo Nakamura, and Toshiya Sato, the 1, 2, 3 hitters in the Marines batting order. To face the left-hander Fuji. We're all knotted up at zeros here in the top of the 3rd. And it is Takabe stepping in. So lefty versus lefty matchup. And there is a first pitch breaking ball that misses inside. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Takabe tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. Our friend Kai-Moon Chan said, anyone bet on this game tonight? Well, there's a few people that like to come in and drop their bets. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count goes to 2-2 on Takabe. Usually the over-under seems to be something that a lot of teams would be predicting. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It's backhanded by the second baseman, Asamura. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Takabe on a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. There is our friend Makaku Garkovo. He said he's bet the Eagles and the over 3.5 runs. That's probably a wise decision. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in to Nakamura. The count is 1-0. If I was going into this game tonight, I would think that both of these teams, there's another breaking ball that misses and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. I would think that this game would have been a high-scoring affair. But it is a battle of the 1 versus 5. There's another fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-0. Kai Moon Chan says, kind of expensive, though. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. Sometimes we get a lot of people that are listening in for the gambling or want to know what's going on. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is to Nakamura. Fuji ready to go back to work. He delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 3-2. So Nakamura waiting on the payoff pitch from Fuji. It's a fastball swung on. It's hit right back to the mound. Fuji fields it. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out. 1-3 for out number 2. So this game here has got quite a bit of pace to it. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, and there's already 2 away. There's not been a whole lot of offense so far. The Marines did leave a runner at second base in scoring position in the last inning. But there really hasn't been a whole ton of threats. So now it is Toshiya Sato stepping up. He had a single his first time up. He's 1 for 1 on the evening. And here's the first pitch from Fuji. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Sato ready to go. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is fouled off straight back behind home plate. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. We'll have these same 2 teams again tomorrow night, as we'll call the 3rd game of this set. It'll be another afternoon of fall that misses way to Sato, and the count is 1-2. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and that is going to retire Sato on strikes for out number 3. So there is no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing, the Chiba Lotte Marines nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys are with us. Hang tight. Here is our friend Dave again. And his support of our channel is much appreciated.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up to bat for the Eagles. That means it's Atsuki Muto, Jinjiro Sumatani, and the top of the order, Haruki Nishikawa, to face the right-hander Takedo Kawamura. Kawamura so far has only allowed 1 base runner in his first 2 innings of work, which was a walk to Hideto Asamura back in the 1st inning. And here we go, ready for all the action here in the 3rd inning. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. So the count is 0-1. For Muto on the season, he's got nothing going on right now, no batting average or anything. This is his first at-bats of the season. He takes a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Muto. There is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. Muto is getting his first start of the season. He has appeared in a couple of other games as a pinch runner, and there is a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. This pitcher here, Kawamura, is very over the top. He is very deliberate. His breaking balls are 12-6. His split finger pitch sinks. He's got a lot of tilt on his fastball as well. There's a breaking ball swung on and is grounded right past the diving first baseman Koki Yamaguchi into right field. It was a good effort by the first baseman, but Muto is going to get his first hit as he is aboard here with a leadoff single in the third inning. That'll bring up the catcher Jinjiro Simatani. We have a lot of other folks in the house here tonight. It's good to see that the gamblers are in here. It is a festive crowd when they get in here. Chris Yang is in the house. Otis Kostlow, welcome. And as we said, Kai Moon Chan also here. And throwing over to first base and diving back in time is the base runner Muto. It'll be curious to see if they keep an eye on him, if they're going to put him in motion. So it is Jinjiro Simatani at the plate. He is hitting .243 on the young season. He's got a homer and 8 runs batted in. He hits from the right side. Holding at the belt is the right-hander Kawamura. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Simatani. Probably not the best pitch to run on right here, but base runner Muto gets his lead. And now squaring to bunt is Simatani, and instead they throw over to first, and getting back in time is Muto. So curious to see if Simatani would pull back in this situation. And so here comes the 0-1 offering. He's already squared around, and he does. He gets it down, and it's a good one. It's fielded by the pitcher. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Simatani, but it is a sacrifice. He does the job. It's a sacrifice 1-3 for out number 1, and Muto is into scoring position. It was interesting how Kai Manchu said the Eagles had 0 hits. And then Muto, of course, promptly gets the base hit to stop that streak. So if there's anything else that we want to stop, maybe we'll just cast it out right now. So Muto is on second, and that's going to bring on the top of the order Haruki Nishikawa. Nishikawa is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. The former Hokkaido Nippon ham fighter is really enjoying his first stint in Tohoku. He entered the game tonight hitting .295, and here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. There is a very left-handed hitting lineup for the Golden Eagles. It's one of the things that you see in the Japanese League. They really don't get too concerned about lefty-lefty matchups like they do in North America. So here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Nishikawa. It was a good spot, good location by the right-hander Kawamura. It kind of locked up the hitter a little bit, as it was something he probably wasn't looking for. So now they're looking to pound him inside. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And there is a fastball that backs him off the plate, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we mentioned earlier, we are going to be back on the air with these same 2 teams again tomorrow night. Same time, same place, same spot on your YouTube streaming channels. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Nishikawa. So hopefully everybody can pop back in again. I see Otis Costlow has subscribed to us. We appreciate that, Otis. We will be again on the weekend. I haven't set up our dates yet to see what we're going to be doing, but we will be calling the interleague games in the middle of the night when they get going in another couple of weeks. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-2 to Nishikawa. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. The right-hander Kawamura gets the aside from his catcher Sato. And here comes the payoff pitch to Nishikawa. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. Hechavarria fields it easily. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Nishikawa. That's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. But it's going to advance the runner Muto over to third. And that will leave it all up to Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Yamazaki tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded to the first baseman his first time up. As we mentioned before, Kobakata was getting the time at shortstop here in recent days, but he hurt himself on the weekend when he went headfirst into the base. He said, I don't know if it's a shoulder or a wrist or a thumb, but Yamazaki, who was getting a lot of playing time early in the season, is now getting a lot of time by default because Kobakata was playing very well, swinging a good bat for the Golden Eagles. And there is a split finger pitch that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Otis says, thank you for casting the game. We appreciate it. And we do call quite a bit. We also call some of the Major League games. We'll be back on tomorrow in the morning doing the Blue Jays and the Yankees. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Yamazaki. But we love doing the Japanese games late night. And as I said, once the interleague play gets going off, it'll be 2 in the morning Pacific time and 5 a.m. on the East Coast. We'll be doing a lot of those games during the middle of the night. We'll be excited to be able to call those ones. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Yamazaki. We've got Big D up against in the house tonight, too. So Troy says, go Tigers. Well, the first game was worth saying go Tigers. The second one was a little bit to be desired tonight. So here comes the 2-0 offering. It's a fastball that misses low, and the count goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strike to Yamazaki. Asamura is waiting his turn on deck. And they certainly want to be able to take care of this hitter. And there's a fastball that misses low, and that is ball 4 to Yamazaki. You certainly don't want to bring up Hideto Asamura to the plate with runners on the corners. That was the guy that you wanted to get out in Yamazaki, who was not hitting very well. We got the living room in the house tonight. He's talking about Verlander dominating in his performance. Not as dominating as Reed Detmers, who spun a no-hitter for the Angels tonight. But Verlander did go about 8 innings in doing that. That's what Big Ray had let us know. And as against the Minnesota Twins as well. It's always fun to see the Minnesota Twins get beat up on a little bit. Unless you're Dave Moger, who might see it differently. So here comes the first offering to Hideto Asamura, but instead they throw over to first. Diving back in time is the base runner Asamura, or base runner Yamazaki. Twins ended up with 3 hits in that game after that point. Verlander did go 8 innings, only allowing the 1 hit. There's a throw over to first base, and diving back in time again is the base runner Yamazaki. So Kai Moon Chan is pounding his fist, wanting a home run at this point. I would think probably a base hit would be more than satisfactory for those who are wanting the Eagles to win. Throw over to first again, and again diving back in time is Yamazaki. Big D says that we're hating on his Minnesota Twins. It's not true. I hear you can get a lot of Minnesota Twins jerseys usually at Goodwill or flea markets. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball. Take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Asamura. There is some back humor to that, as Big D did pick himself up a vintage Minnesota Twins jersey at the Goodwill Industries. So no balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball. It is outside. They throw down to second, and it is in time, and they were able to get the runner Yamazaki stealing. That's going to go down as a caught stealing, 2-6, and he is retired for out number 3 here in the 3rd inning. So for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, they had no runs. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We are now through 3 complete innings. We're all knocked up at 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be in here with us. We're going to have ourselves a festive crowd tonight. A lot of people in the house. Here's our friend Steve. It was his birthday today. Check him out after the game for all your funny and crazy needs with baseball.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you, Steve, and we also care about you. And we're back here ready to give you the top of the 4th inning. It is going to be the heart of the Marines batting order. That means Brandon Laird, Koki Yamaguchi, and Hisanori Yasuda to face the left-hander Fuji, who's coming on for his 4th inning of work. Fuji has done fairly well today. He's only allowed a couple of base runners. He had a couple of walks and 1 hit. He has retired the last 5 batters he's faced so far. And here comes Brandon Laird, who is 0 for 1 today. And the first pitch to Laird is a fastball that catches the outside corner. And the count is 0-1. So Laird, Yamaguchi, and Yasuda to face the left-hander Fuji. And Fuji kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-2. I noticed a lot of people were running off after we flashed that Steve commercial. If you haven't seen Steve's new haircut, you got to check it out. After the game, he got his locks chopped all off the other day. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to Laird. Fuji kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's that foul just past the third base coach's box. And the count is going to remain at 0-2 to Laird. And that is absolutely right. Big Ray says, be sure to go over and let Steve know after the game that it's his birthday and he's getting a little bit older. There's Uncle Fester, look it is. There's a ground ball that's chopped to the shortstop. It's fielded neatly by the shortstop Yamazaki. He throws to first, and Laird is retired on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away here in the 4th, and that's going to bring up Koki Yamaguchi. For Yamaguchi, he is 0 for 1 on the night. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. And the first offering from Fuji is a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. I would have thought that Alexander Leggett would be in the house tonight, holding it down. There's a fastball that misses a little low. The count is now 2-0. Alexander, of course, is one of the regular participants in our stream. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. And there is a fastball that misses down and in. And that runs the count to 3-0. So this is kind of how it went in the second inning after getting the first out. Then Fuji seemed to lose himself for a little bit. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and there's a fastball that misses up and away. That's going to be ball 4. That's the third walk issued so far tonight by Fuji. Fuji's going to have to make sure that he keeps himself in check. That's the third walk issued. He's only allowed 1 hit. He's got some command issues with his pitches here. So that is going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Yasuda is 0 for 0. He was the recipient of one of the first walks tonight. There's nothing worse than walking some of the guys in the bottom part of the batting order, and that's exactly what's happened. He swings at the first pitch fastball that is lifted into left field. Backing up on it was the left fielder Nishikawa. Then he has to come in on it. He fields it on a bounce. He throws to second, but not going to be in time to get Yamaguchi. It's going to be a single for Yasuda. Ball is going to drop in there. Yamaguchi is going to safely get to second. But it looked like that the left fielder was having a hard time being able to pick that up. And so it is a base hit for Yasuda. He is aboard. There's now runners on first and second with 1 away. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Hiromi Oka. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Big Ray says Steve has become officially Uncle Fester. At first, I thought it was more like the acorn. I can't remember who that was that Muhammad Ali dubbed the acorn back in the day. But I think it was Ernie Shavers. And he said he looked like an acorn. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into deep left center field. It's going to get down. It's up the gap, and it's off the wall. Run is in. And the Marines have 2 runs in. It is a 2-run double for Oka. And the Marines have taken the lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Well, check that. It looks like they may have only gotten the 1 run in. I thought we had both of them cross the plate, but we're going to have to get a look at that in just a moment. But regardless, there is the first runs of the ball game have been scored, as Oka's got himself a double. Yamaguchi had crossed the plate and scored. We're just going to get confirmation of Yasuda if he has crossed the plate as well. That is going to bring up Shuhei Fukuda. Check that. They did hold Yasuda at third base, so runners are at second and third. And here's the first pitch to Fukuda. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Fukuda. Fukuda is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew up to the center fielder his first time up. And here comes the offering from Fuji. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Defensively, the Eagles have the infield in. They're looking to cut a run off at the plate. They don't think that this game is going to be a high-scoring affair if they're moving infield in this early in the game. So here comes the 1-1 offering. And Fuji kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down and away. And the count now goes to 2-1 on Fukuda. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Fukuda waiting on the delivery from Fuji. And here's a pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. It's going to get down. 1 run is in. Here's the throw from Tatsumi. It's cut off. They throw to the plate, and 2 runs have scored. And that is going to be a 2 RBI base hit for Shuhei Fukuda. He's got himself a pair of RBIs here. As both Yasuda and Oka cross the plate, it is now a 3-0 Marines lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Tatsumi had thrown it. It went right to the relay man to the shortstop. Yamazaki had fired it home. And that is going to keep Fukuda aboard with a single, as he is at first with a 1 away, and that will bring up Edney Hechavarria to the plate. So a walk and 3 consecutive base hits have now put the Marines out in front 3-0. So if you've got the over or you got the under, you might be sweating it out a little bit right now. So Hechavarria steps up. He's batting from the right side. His average has slipped to 198 on the season. And here comes the first pitch from the lefty Fuji. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track is the left fielder Nishikawa. He makes the grab. And that is going to retire Hechavarria for the second out of the inning. He took it for a ride, but not far enough. And he is gone for out number 2, and that is going to leave it up to Akito Takabe. So Takabe steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. He's struck out and grounded to second. And here comes the first offering from Fuji. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0. Fuji is already up to 70 pitches, and we're here in the 4th inning. He has not been very economical with his pitch count. So here comes the 1-0. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Takabe. And here comes the offering from the lefty. But instead, Fuji flips it over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner for Kuda. Jose Marmoleos had a hard time holding on to the ball. It squirted away from him. There was no damage or advancement there. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fuji delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. It is fielded by Yamazaki. He throws to first. That is going to retire the side here, but they get the damage has been done. There were 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 3-0 for Chiba. We'll be back in just a couple moments. After this, we've got to get ourselves some fresh iced tea, that's for sure. Here's our friend Steve, yet again, and his new look.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this. Getting started. Has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is going to be Hideto Asamura, Hiroki Shimochi, and Jose Marmoleos to come to bat for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. They find themselves in a hole right now, 3-0, as the Marines had scored 3 in the top of the 4th inning. Here comes the first pitch to Asamura. It is a fastball that is swung on and grounded to short. It's fielded by Hechavarria. He throws to first. That is going to retire Asamura on 1 pitch. There is 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Hiroki Shimochi. For Shimochi tonight, he is 0 for 1. He flew up to center field his first time up. But I wouldn't write the Golden Eagles off yet here. This game here is far from over. The Eagles have one of the most potent offenses in all of the NPB. There's a fastball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is no balls and 1 strike to Shimauchi. Shimauchi asks for time as he steps out of the box. And here we're ready to go back to work. Here's the 1-0 pitch, or 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball that misses outside. And the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Living Room says, I'm the 34th subscriber to Steve's crazy channel. There's a fastball that swung on it is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Oda. He makes the catch. And that is the second out of the inning, as Shimauchi is retired the same way he was the first time on a fly ball to center field. So 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to bring up Jose Marmoleos. Living Room says the 304th. There you go. Although it could be the 34th. If you get a chance, watch his brother did a Takeover Tuesday video yesterday. It was kind of funny. He went to Miller Park and did some stuff with the Brewers and so on and so forth. There is the breaking ball to Marmoleos that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And here comes the offering from Kawamura. It is swung on. It is grounded over to first. It's fielded neatly by the first baseman Yamaguchi. Steps on the bag. And that is 1 quick inning, everybody. It took longer for the warm-up pitches than it did for the 3 outs. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the top of the 5th. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. It is a 3-0 ball game for the Chiba Lotte Marines. We'll be back after this. And more from our friend Steve and his birthday, which was today.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve, as always, as he supports our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. And also, too, we're going to have a date giveaway for Steve in the next couple of weeks. He is a single guy, so all the ladies out there, get your chance to queue up. You can win a date with Steve Rademacher. As part of the deal, you're also going to have to pay for that date. So here we go, back to the live action. We've got Shogo Nakamura stepping up to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Nakamura today is 0 for 2. He is grounded out to short, and he's grounded back to the pitcher, and he takes a breaking ball down, and the count is now 2-0. Living Room says he's got a Steve rookie card. He's asking $1,500 or best offer. Make sure that is in American money. And there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Not just here for the games, but we're here to keep everybody laughing at, unfortunately, Steve's expense. We didn't see him in the chat tonight. He was having a birthday celebration. He may have had a couple of extra Miller Lights. You never know. There's a fastball swung on by Nakamura. This ball is lifted into right center field. Racing over is the center fielder, Tatsumi. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Nakamura for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. For Sato, he is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the first, and he struck out back in the third. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Sato. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. The living room holding it down, saying Steve Weiser is probably more his deal is Miller Lite. The Budweiser, we'll leave that for the folks in St. Louis. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. Big Ray says the end of the birthday video his brother made is absolutely classic. So make sure you check that out. There's a fastball that is swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down. It's cut off by the right fielder who fires it back in. Nice play by Muto to cut it off so it didn't get all the way to the wall. He is able to get it, and then he fires it in. And that is going to be a double for Sato, his second hit of the ball game. And our friend Troy pops in and he says, is Chiba winning? Yeah, Chiba is in the lead here. This is not necessarily expected because the way that the Golden Eagles have been playing, they've been absolutely fantastic. So that's going to bring up Brandon Laird with 1 out and a runner on second. Laird is 0 for 2 today. He's flown to center and grounded to short. He's got a couple of homers and 15 RBIs on the season. He takes a first pitch breaking ball outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Laird. The left-hander Fuji ready to go back to the work. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner Sato at second. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, but it's going to drift into the seats foul. It's going to run the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Laird. And here comes the 1-1 offering. Fuji kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count goes to 1-2 on Laird. All the other games in the NPB are later starts. This is the only game that is going on. It's a matinee affair here today and another one tomorrow. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fuji checks the runner at second, and he kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line, but it's going to hook into the seats foul. That's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The crowd is on their feet as the Marine fans are chanting. They do have quite a few people in the section down the left field line. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fuji delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It's lifted into right center field. Moving over for underneath it is Tatsumi. He comes up throwing. He's going to hold the runner Sato at second. Laird is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. It's been a busy night in center field for Tatsumi. Tatsumi already in the ballgame has 5 catches. And that is going to bring out the manager and the pitching coach. And that looks like it's going to do it for the young left-hander Fuji. His day is about to be over as Koki Yamaguchi strides to the plate. We'll see what they have to do here. They are going to take the ball from the young left-hander. We are going to have a pitching change. 85 pitches in 4 2/3 innings. And his day is done, although he is responsible for the runner Sato on second base. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes with the pitching change. Our friend Kai Moon Chan says it looks like the Eagles are going to lose this game. It's still early. Lots of time left. Plaxi in the house, he says, where are you watching the game that you can see it? Well, our friend Alexander Leggett, when he's in the house here, he can give you directions and kind of hint it out to you. Maybe you could find it as well. But usually it's Reddit or QQQ, that type of thing. and we'll give you some links that way, but can't really post it up here. Otherwise, that gets us in trouble. We'll be back in just a moment while we make the pitching change, and we'll be back with little Matt Hollis for you.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a right-hander coming into the ball game. It is going to be Ryota Ishibashi. He is going to be taking over for Masaru Fuji, whose day is done. The left-hander worked 4 2/3 innings. It was not a great start tonight, not like his last one where he went 6 shutout innings. But that is going to do it here for the left-hander, and it is going to be Koki Yamaguchi coming up to face Ishibashi for the first batter here in the 5th inning. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamaguchi. So the pitching parade is about to start here for the Golden Eagles, as they're already into their bullpen here in the 5th inning. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. He checks the runner at second, and he fakes the throw back to second, and getting back in time is the base runner, Sato. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamaguchi. Shibashi holds at the belt, then he raises up to his chest. He checks the runner, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yamaguchi waiting on the offering from the right-hander. And here's the pitch, and it drills him right in the back. Ishibashi fired a fastball, and it nailed the batter, Yamaguchi. I hate to laugh on that, but just the way that he reacted to it, it was almost really theatrical. Like he'd never been hit before. It's a good thing he wasn't facing an Aroldis Chapman fastball. He might be dead. So I don't know if I like the way that he turned on that one. He ended up getting in the side, and if it was any more, he would have got spinal corded. But just the way that he went looked like, and then he goes down, almost like a soccer player. To get the yellow card out and give him a booking. But Yamaguchi is hit by a pitch, and he is going to go to first base. So now they've got runners on first and second, then I'll bring up Hisanori Yasuda. And before that happens, he's going to go get the treatment. I've started to despise this in the Japanese game. Guy gets hit or he gets hurt, and they take him right off the field down the tunnel so they could do some maintenance on him. We don't know if he's coming back in the game or not, but he's been hit by the pitch. Get to the base. If you can't get to the base, get off the field, because we got to keep this thing rolling. But now that's what's exactly happened. He gets hit in the back, and now they go down the tunnel, and they'll do the magic spray or whatever it might be, try to get him back on the field. Well, in this particular case, we need to get a sponsor, and that would be Vagisil, because that's exactly what's going on here. Got hit by the pitch, wear it, get to the base. So that'll bring up the third baseman while we're waiting, Hisanori Yasuda. As Yasuda comes to the plate, he's had a very productive day so far. He is 1 for 1 and a walk. And now Yamaguchi has returned to the field to his adoring fans who are cheering him. If that happened in Philadelphia, he'd probably have a few batteries thrown at him. So he is the runner at first. The runner at second is Sato. So we're ready to get back to the live action here. Yasuda digs in. The right-hander Ishibashi, whose first batter that he faced got hit by the pitch, and here's a fastball swung on it, missed. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Yasuda. That was of the split finger variety as Yasuda went up waving at that pitch. So no balls and 1 strike. Again, Ishibashi, it's the sign from his catcher, and he's holding at the chest. He kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch and misses down. And the count is 1-1. Yeah, living room got the joke. He's laughing pretty good. Absolutely. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yasuda waiting on the offering from Ishibashi. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and fires. There is a split finger pitch again. That's 3 in a row. That one misses down for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And Otis says he's back. Welcome back, Otis. You missed the hit batter in this inning. Only thing missing in that hit batter was a yellow card or a red card from the referee running out to do it. Went down like a soccer player. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is Nishikawa. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Chiba Lotte Marines in their half of the 5th inning. They had no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're through 4.5. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 3, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th. And then it'll be the Japanese halftime, where they take that break as well. Here we go. Here is our friend again, Dave at Zero Fox.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Wraps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 5th inning. It is going to be Kurikawa, Tatsumi, and Muto to face the right-hander Kawamura. And the question comes from the chat from Kai-Moon Chan. Eagles are going to score 4 in the next inning? I don't think so. Not with this part of the batting order coming up. There's a first pitch split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-0. And Big Ray is out cracking his jokes. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. That's going to date you, Ray, when you're starting to throw those things around. Here comes the 2-0 offering, and there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1 on Kurikawa. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2 to Kurikawa. Our friend in the living room says Japanese relievers come out of the bullpen in a buggy. Maybe they should have a buggy for players carted out of the game. Sponsored by, of course, Vagisil. That would be entertaining for sure. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is looped into left field. It is going to get down, and it is going to be a base hit for Kurikawa. So maybe our friend Kai-Moon Chan is onto something. The runner at first is Kurikawa, and that is going to bring Ryosuke Tatsumi to the plate. Tatsumi, we watched last year when we were calling the games. He led off the NPB season with a home run. To begin the NPB season, he smoked the ball into the left field stands. But he has been dropped down a little bit in the batting order. He is not the table setter any longer for the Golden Eagles. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. That has been picked up by Nishikawa, who's been very, very solid for the Golden Eagles. Important part of their offense for sure. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And he squares the bunt. He drops it down. It's a good one. It's fielded by the third baseman. Oh, what a great play by Yasuda. He throws him out at first base by a half a step. Yasuda had to charge hard to get it. It's going to be a ground out 5-3. It's going to advance Kurikawa over to second. And that is the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Atsuki Muto. For Muto, he is 1 for 1 today. He singled his first and only time up. And he is going to bat here with the runner at second, as the Eagles are going to try to look to cut into this Marines lead. There is no sniff, not even close to something that might have looked like a home run tonight. Ball's to the edge of the warning track, but not over the fence. There's a fastball that misses down and in. Count is 0-1 to Muto. So no balls and 1 strike. The right-hander Kawamura holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. And he kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Muto. So here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. And now the count goes to 2-1 on Muto. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Muto got his first hit of the season in his first at bat of the season, his last time up. And there is a breaking ball that swung on and missed. And the count runs the count to 2-2. As we said before, he has had opportunities to pinch run in during the season. Big Ray says he remembers when Viagra was fairly new and they chose one of the oldest guys in NASCAR, Mark Martin, to sponsor it. He hated having to drive that car. Later revealed when he had retired. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left field. And that is going to be the second hit of the game and the second hit of the season for Muto. He's got himself a single. It advances Kurikawa over to third. And that is going to bring up Jinjiro Simatani. And our friend Kai Moon Chan is maybe onto something here with some of the runs being scored potentially in this inning. So just hang tight, everybody. We're going to have to wait and see. But Muto has got his second hit of the ball game. So he is the runner at first. The runner, Kurikawa, is the runner at third. And Jinjiro Simatani, the catcher, steps up to the plate. So we got action here. Runners on the corners with 1 away here in the 5th inning. Simatani batting from the right side. Waiting on the offering from Kawamura. And here comes the first pitch. He kicks and delivers. He squares the bunt, and it's down. It's a good one. It's a squeeze that's on. The pitcher fields it. He flips it to the catcher at the plate, and they have nailed Kurikawa. What a fantastic play by the pitcher, Kawamura. He fielded the ball, and he flipped it with the glove to the catcher. They apply the tag, and that is going to be retirement of Kurikawa for the second out of the inning. That is going to be a putout of 1-2 on a fielder's choice. Simatani gets aboard, and it's going to advance Muto to second. The threat is not over yet as they've got runners on first and second, and it's going to bring the top of the order Nishikawa to the plate. So a gutsy decision with runners on the corners I would have thought maybe a safety squeeze may have been more in order. But that is going to retire the runner for the first out. Otis says, I'm young, but I've been hearing about the Andy show for a while now. Apparently, I tend to find myself in. Yeah, there you go. So the runner at second is Muto. The runner at first is Simatani. That is going to bring Nishikawa to the plate. Nishikawa tonight is 0 for 2. He struck out looking, and he's grounded to short. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Nishikawa is one of the more dangerous hitters. He's got 5 homers. He's got the second most in this lineup tonight, only trailing Hideo Asamura. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Nishikawa. And Kawamura kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Not sure that Nishikawa would be in agreement with that one. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Nishikawa. It is a pretty festive atmosphere in Tohoku. Nishikawa's crowd or his fans are upholding the number and their scarf as well. There's a fastball that looked better than the last pitch, and that is taken for a ball. The count is 2-1. Sometimes the umpires might make that call right back up. As I said, the pitch before looked like it was down. It was called a strike. That pitch looked like it was good. It was called a ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Nishikawa waiting on the offering from the right-hander, Kawamura. He kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball, but the time had been called by the plate umpire. So that is going to keep the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. So Nishikawa looking for a clutch hit here. Score is 3-0 for the Marines. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Golden Eagles are threatening. And they just had an opportunity to try to score a run there, but the squeeze did not work out in their favor. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. If you're going to lose somebody, this might be the guy to lose. It is Yamazaki, who is waiting his turn on deck. He has not had a good season so far with the bat. So do you intentionally pitch to him? Do you not pitch to him? I'm sure they would like to get Nishikawa out if they could. So here comes the 3-1 offering. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate on the third base side. And that's going to run the count full to 3-2. Like father, like son in the house tonight. We appreciate you stopping in here, Joe. Giving your support of our channel. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nishikawa. The runner at second is Muto. The runner at first is Simatani. They'll be on the move here with 2 away in the 5th inning. And there's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. Its tap foul. It's past the first base coach's box, and they're going to do this all over again. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. As we remind you, everything is going to be back on again tomorrow night at the same time in the same place. The same 2 teams, as we'll call the Marines and the Golden Eagles yet again. So hopefully you can come in and check that out. And instead of a 3-2 pitch, the pitcher, Kawamura, fakes a throw back to second base. And easily getting back is the base runner, Muto. So here comes the 3-2 offering. Ishikawa is waiting on the right-hander, and here we go. There, it looks like they're going to attack him inside. And the 3-2, it is a split finger pitch. It misses down. And that is going to load the bases. The bases are full of Eagles. As Nishikawa is the runner at first, Muto has advanced to third, and Simatani is over at second. And that is going to bring up Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So there is a heck of a storm going on here right now in Tohoku. Tsuyoshi Yamazaki coming to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He walked his last time up. And the living room says it's a lot of that. Absolutely. We've got George C. in the house. He says he needs a score this inning. And here comes the pitch. It is a first pitch split finger swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamazaki. The bases are loaded. There are 2 away. And here comes the offering to the shortstop Yamazaki. It's a split finger pitch that misses down away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So bases are loaded. It is 1-1. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Kurikawa. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So a lot of people in the house here tonight. We do want to acknowledge and appreciate everybody for being here. We got lots. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Kurikawa kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. It's gone to 3-1. So Kawamura has to go to Yamazaki twice. Our friend Kai Moon Chan maybe was predicting something. I didn't think it was going to get to this. So Yamazaki's probably his best offense is to take 2 pitches here. Make this pitcher throw you a strike because you've got Hideto Asamura waiting on deck. That is where they want to get to. So here's the 3-1. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner. And the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strike. So Yamazaki is getting ready for the payoff pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. They're going to be on the move as there's 2 out here in the 5th inning. Kawamura holds at the chest. And again, he steps off the rubber and he's going to rub up the rosin bag. He's going to come back and do this all over again. So this is time to bite your nails. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Yamazaki stands in, he waits. Kawamura kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side of the infield. It's fielded by Nakamura. He flips it to first. And they get the speedy Yamazaki by a half a step. It's going to go as a ground out 4-3. The Eagles threaten, but they do not score. They had in the inning, there was no runs. There were 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. We are going to the Japanese halftime show. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody. Stick around. It is still going to get exciting here. We're going to be going to the 6th inning after they do their maintenance job on the bases. Hang tight. Here's one of our Did You Know segments. Welcome back, everybody. We are in what we like to call the Japanese halftime. It's a 3-0 ball game. After the 5th inning, they usually take time to do some maintenance work around the base paths. That is what we're waiting for now as they go and do a brush job on the infield. So we're going to just take a moment here. We'll be right back in just a moment as we're going to be ready to call the top of the 6th inning. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be cruising to the top of the 6th inning here in just a couple minutes, and we got a couple people checking out for the rest of the night. Our friend Kai Moon Chan is out, and as is Big Ray. Big Ray, no worries. We understand it. We appreciate you popping in tonight, and also your support earlier in the day today when we were calling the game between the Tigers and the A's. So hopefully you will come on back and see us again tomorrow. We are going to be doing the Blue Jays and the Yankees tomorrow. That is going to be kind of fun for us. Obviously, the walk-off home run tonight by Aaron Judge will set the prelude to what is possibly about to come tomorrow. And we were taking a look at the out-of-town Major League Baseball scoreboard. The Los Angeles Dodgers took care of the Pirates 11-1 today. Of note, Japanese first baseman Yoshi Tsutsugo was with the Pirates, was 0 for 4. He did drive a run in today. His average has slipped to 192 on the season. He did get off to a pretty good start this year, but he has seen his average slip a little bit. The big news was the no-hitter by Reed Detmers. He no-hit the Tampa Bay Rays. The Angels put up a 12 spot on the board. Shohei Ohtani was 2 for 5 in that one, and it was a 12-run 18-hit outburst by the Angels. Nobody had more than 3 hits, but there was Trout, Walsh, and Velasquez. Each had 3 apiece for the Angels. But Detmers was the guy. He went 9 innings. He allowed no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. And that is what was kind of cool there. I wonder how many pitches that he ended up with. We'll take a quick peek at that one. We don't see, there it is. There we have, he threw 108 pitches. It's not something that you see every day, guys going over 100 pitches, especially this early in the year. Other finals included the San Francisco Giants beating the Colorado Rockies 9-2. The Arizona Diamondbacks took care of the Marlins 9-3. The Seattle Mariners beat the Philadelphia Phillies in Seattle 5-4. The San Diego Padres took care of the Chicago Cubs 5-4. Seiya Suzuki came on as a pinch hitter, and he had a base knock for the Cubs. He was 1 for 1. He left the game the other day with a sore ankle. It was giving him a little bit of havoc. The White Sox beat the Indians, the Guardians 4-1. The Rangers knocked off the Royals 6-4. The Orioles beat the Cardinals 5-3. It was a 5-0 ball game for Houston over Minnesota. And then the rest of the scores, you had the Red Sox 9-4 over Atlanta. The Yankees walked off the Jays on a Aaron Judge home run. Mets beat the Nationals 4-2. Brewers back on the winning ways. They gave the Cincinnati Reds their 24th loss of the season. Reds are 6-24. Absolutely abysmal. And the Tigers split a doubleheader with the Oakland Athletics. Tigers won 6-0 in the first. Oakland won 4-1 in the second. In that game, both of the road teams won because the Tigers were the visiting team in the first game, and Oakland was the visiting one in the second. Joseph Bernard is here, and he's asking questions. Do you know how we can watch the games? Listen, you have to be nice to know how the game if you're not doing the commentary. So some of the guys will, if you look up a little further in the chat, usually there's somebody here, Alexander Leggett, will give you that information. It's on QQQ or Reddit. You can go and look at the NPB on Reddit. There are some links that are there. So depending on where you're at, if you're in the United States, Canada, wherever you're at globally, sometimes you can access some stuff. Last year, DAZN in the United States used to carry the games, but I'm not sure if they're carrying them this year or not. There also used to be, I think it was out of Hawaii, it was ABC used to carry games up until about 4 or 5 years ago. If you were ever in Hawaii, you could always watch the Japanese games there. So those are some of the things. Troy Trolls says that the Tigers' horrible record now, yeah, they're pretty putrid, that is for sure. The Detroit Tigers are certainly struggling in the American League this year. Alex Fado, kind of a wasted effort by him today. He pitched decently. He went 5 innings, allowing 4 hits and 2 earned runs. He struck out 7. The pitcher, Martinez, for the Oakland Athletics, who made his major league debut today, he was a little bit better. He went 5 1/3, only allowed 4 hits, no walks, and 3 Ks. It's a pretty good day at the office. Tigers are struggling. Spencer Torkelson is struggling. It's a question of when he's going to get sent down. They sent down Akil Baddoo the other day, did the Tigers. He's going to have to get himself sorted out in AAA. But a good day at the office for Willie Castro. He had 3 hits in the first game, 2 more in the second game of the doubleheader. He actually got the nod to play center field in game 2. So A.J. Hinch has been rewarded by playing him. Eric Haas had a couple errors. That is where it stood. So here we go back to the live action. And it's going to be Oka, Fukuda, and Hechavarria that faced Ishibashi. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Oka. Oka today is 1 for 1. He's doubled and knocked in a run. He's also walked. He's been on pace twice today. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. And the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Joseph Bernard says, thank you. Hopefully that is able to make it work for you. As I say, they're usually in the chat, there's a fellow that comes in. He can give you a little bit more directives. Can't put the links in because you get yourself into trouble that way. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll take the feed and then they'll sync it up to this so they can listen to the English commentary along with the watching the Japanese feed. So Oka has to go and get himself a new piece of lumber. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The reliever, Ishibashi, in the ball game for beginning his second inning of work. He began his first inning by drilling the first baseman Yamaguchi. And here comes the 1-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Tatsumi backpedals. He moves over and he makes the grab. And that is going to retire Oka for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. So you've got already in this ball game, that is, if I got it correctly, that is the 6th putout by Tatsumi. He's been very busy in center field. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Shuhei Fukuda. For Fukuda, he is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He's got himself a couple RBIs, and he swings at a first pitch fastball and misses, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Here comes the 0-1 offering, and they kick and deliver. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. Shibashi holds at the belt, and then he raises up to his chest. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it is Nishikawa, and he makes the grab just in front of the warning track. Fukuda sent it away, but right to the glove of the left fielder Nishikawa. And so that's 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to leave it all up to Edney Hechavarria. For Hechavarria on the evening, he is 0 for 2. His average has slipped into the 190s. He is now batting officially at 196. So here comes the first offering to Hechavarria. Shibashi delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And here's the offering. It's a breaking ball. This is swung on. It is popped up to the right side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is Hideto Asamura. He makes the grab, and that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the 6th inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 5.5. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 3, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call. The bottom of the 6th inning. We're glad you guys could be with us here tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change for the Chiba Lotte Marines. The right-hander Takedo Kawamura's day is over. It is going to be Fumiya Ono coming in. The right-hander is taking over here in the 6th inning. So it's going to come down to a battle of the bullpens. That is what we have now raging in Tohoku. So Fumiya Ono in, and Takedo Kawamura is out. And that will be the batters. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles to face Ono in the 6th inning. That means it's going to be Hideto Asamura, Hiroki Shimochi, and Jose Marmoleos. So 3, 4, and 5 to get things going. So it's a beautiful, as we said, a beautiful day for baseball in Tohoku. So hopefully it'll be a repeat performance again tomorrow when we call the 3rd game in this 3-game set. Yesterday, it was in the first game of this series, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, behind the pitching of Masahiro Tanaka, shut out the Marines 7-0. Tanaka improved to 4-1 on the season. So here comes the first pitch from Ono. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Asamura. Asamura is 0 for 1 today. He grounded his short his last time up. He's also walked. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And Ono delivers a split finger pitch that is swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2 on Asamura. from that game yesterday. Kazuya Ojima lost his 4th game of the year. And when you run into Tanaka and your offense can't score a run, that's a recipe for disaster. So here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on, that's fouled off behind home plate. The count remains at 0-2. As we mentioned, there was a lot of different pieces that have been happening. Today is technically Wednesday in Japan. And the Wednesday record so far, best records go to the Eagles as they are 4-0 so far on Wednesday. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back on it is the right fielder, Fukuda. He's in front of the wall. He makes the catch, and that is going to retire Asamura. Asamura sent it to the deepest part of right field he could do. That is going to retire Asamura for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the DH, Hiroki Shimochi. I always get a kick out of some of the headlines that are around the world, not necessarily for baseball, but there is a headline that says all South Korean people are about to become 1 year younger. And for some reason, I think that they are a year older because they start at 1 when they were born, but I don't know if that's truth or lore. There's a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Shimochi. So here's the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Taking a look at some of the news from around the NPB, there were a couple of players that have tested positive for the virus the last little bit. And the Chinichi Dragons have placed a couple of guys on the COVID list. There's a fastball that misses outside to Shimochi, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And Ono goes to deliver. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. So here comes the 3-1 offering from Ono. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. That is going to run it to ball 4, and Shimochi is aboard with a base on balls. That is going to bring up Jose Marmoleos. There's an impressive statistic, maybe for futility on the other side. In 38 games, the Hanshin Tigers of the Central League have been shut out 10 times. There's only one other time the Tigers were shut out that much, and that was way back in 1963 when they were shut out 10 times in 45 games. So here we go back to the live action. Ono holds the ball at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Marmoleos. Jose Marmoleos today is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out to first. And here comes the 0-1 offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Marmoleos. The runner at first is Shimochi. There's 1 away here in the 6th inning. Marmoleos digs in, waiting on the offering from Ono. And Ono holds at the belt. He kicks and fires. There is a split finger pitch that misses down. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we say, it's a beautiful day for baseball in Tohoku. So Marmoleos waiting on the offering from Ono. And here comes the 1-2. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Marmoleos is down on strikes for the 2nd time today. He is the second out of the sixth inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Fumiya Kurikawa. For Kurikawa, he is 1 for 2 today. He singled his last time up. He's grounded out to first, but he was thrown out at the plate on an attempted squeeze play that the Eagles tried to pull off in the fifth inning. So here comes the first offering from Ono. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kurikawa. He's waiting on the pitch from Ono, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses in. And the count is now 1-1. We say that because the first pitch was fouled off, and so 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander against the left-hander. Ono ready to go back to work. He kicks and fires. There is a fastball that swung on. It fouled off, and it bounced up and hit the catcher's mask, took it right off. That is going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yep, took it right off the mask, flush right back. So the catcher, Sato, you could see who was squinting on that one. If you've ever taken a fastball off the mask or ever done that at your point in your life, you know how that can stand you up a bit. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a split finger pitch swung on. It's fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base side of home plate. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to the third baseman, Kurikawa. This game has sort of hit a bit of a stall here. I think it was ever since the Chiba player was hit by the pitch, the game has sort of started to tread water in terms of time and pace. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Ono kicks and fires. There's a fastball that again is lifted foul behind the third base side of home plate. And the count is still 1-2. Gonna have to throw another pot of coffee on or something to keep us awake here. I said yesterday's complete game shutout by Masahiro Tanaka for the Eagles was his first complete game shutout in the NPB in 9 years. And the Eagles have won 11 straight games. They're trying to make it 12 here tonight. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. The Eagles are in very good form. They've played very good baseball over the last couple of weeks. Even tonight being down 3-0. Not really out of this one yet. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kurikawa waits. Ono holds at the belt, and he kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, and it's going to shallow center field. It's going to be caught by Nakamura, who was racing out to get it. He caught it over his shoulder, and he makes the grab. That is going to do it here for the Marines, or for the Eagles in their half of the sixth inning. So they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Now moving to the top of the 7th. It's a 3-0 ball game for the Marines. Stick around, everybody. It's time to get a drink, and we'll buckle up for another 3 more innings of baseball. Hold tight, everybody. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Thanks again. Appreciate you there, Steve. And we do have another pitching change for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. They're bringing in a left-hander to throw, and this is going to be Hayato Yuji. And he is going to be taking over. He is going to be the third pitcher used by the Golden Eagles today. So Yuji is making his way in. We'll get you the specs here in just a moment. So he is a left-hander, and he is going to be facing the top of the order for the Marines. It'll be Takabe, Nakamura, and Sato. So Yuji on in relief here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the inning. So we've got a pretty good crowd in here tonight. We really appreciate you guys that are listening in. This game here, it's all runs, all came in the fourth inning for the Marines. It was a walk and 3 hits. That has what's put them up at the scoreline of 3-0 in the lead right now. So here we go to start the top of the 7th inning. The first pitch from Yuji is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Takabe. So no balls and 1 strike. And here's the one offering. It's a fastball swung on. It's popped up behind shortstop, moving back underneath it. As the shortstop Yamazaki makes the catch, and that is going to retire Takabe for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the what it's going to bring up for us here. We got Shogo Nakamura stepping up, trying to get the banner up in place here to give us the top of the 7th inning. Some minor technical glitches on the back end, and there is a first pitch fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Nakamura. So 1 ball and no strikes. Yuji holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count goes even to 1-1. Nakamura today is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, and he has flown out to center. He is not having a fantastic season for the Marines. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. Nakamura entered the game tonight with a .211 batting average. This is pales in comparison to his better years with the Marines. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul. It's bound foul over on the first base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes still to Nakamura. Nakamura waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from Yuji, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses, put away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The manager for the Marines, Taniguchi, is watching. And here comes the 2-2 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 3-2 to Yuji. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul. It's going to get down the left field line, and it's going to be hooked into the stands, and the count is going to still stay at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So you ready to go back work? Here comes the 3-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to first. Marmoleos fields it. He flips it over the pitcher covering. And that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out, 3-1 for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to Toshiya Sato. For Sato, he is 2 for 3 today. He's got a single and a double to his name. He's also struck out. He did not score any runs, but he was kind of sandwiched in those positions around some of the hits. Here comes the first pitch, and it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As a reminder, again, we'll be on the airwaves in the morning tomorrow at 9:35 Eastern for the call of the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Hopefully you can be there with us. It's a decent pitching matchup. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. It'll be Jose Barrios for Toronto against Jameson Taillon for the New York Yankees. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the shortstop, Yamazaki, who makes the grab, and that is going to do it. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. You're now moving to the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. As the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles coming to bat, it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. The score is 3-0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Thanks for being here with us.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's going to be Tatsumi, Muto, and Sumitani. And there is going to be yet another pitching change for the Chiba Lotte Marines, as they are bringing in another right-hander. And this is going to be Taiki Tojo, who is taking over now in relief. I'll get you the specs. He's going to be the 3rd pitcher used by the Marines. Tojo is now on the mound. And so Tojo taking over from Ono, who took over from Kawamura. And so now it is going to be Tojo here, ready to do some work. So Tojo is going to face Tatsumi, Muto, and Sumitani. Here we go back to the live action as Tojo is ready to deliver. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. For Tatsumi tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and he's grounded to third. He is 0 for 2 on the ball game. There is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1. Our friend Otis says, "Let's go Eagles." Eagles are trying to flap their wings for sure. It's kind of like their wings have been clipped. There's a fastball that is swung on. This ball is driven into right field for a base hit. And Tatsumi is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th. And Otis says they slaughtered that chance with the bases loaded. They sure did. With runners on the corners, they tried a squeeze play. That was the first round of disaster. And then, of course, they loaded them back up. The next thing you know is they couldn't get themselves cash in a run. There's nothing worse than having the bases loaded and not coming away with anything. So the runner at first is Tatsumi, and the batter is Atsuki Muto. Muto today is 2 for 2. His first 2 at-bats of the NPB season have resulted in hits. He's got 2 singles to show for it. So yes, he is batting 1,000. So Muto steps up to the plate. Have a day, young lad. And here comes the first offering. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Muto. They are giving him some love. They got their scarves up to the young ladies, showing their patience and their love for their favorite player. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Tojo kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Muto going to have to go to work here to battle against the right-hander Tojo. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away. And the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you would think that there could be a chance for the Eagles to get some runs, this could be it here. They could get another runner on back base, even if there's 1 out, then they turn it over to the top of the order. That's where the damage could be done. There hasn't been a whole lot of stuff from the top third of the batting order. A couple of walks, but nothing much else of that. But you're not going to hold Nishikawa or Asamura or Shimochi or Marleos down forever. But they can hit with some ducks on the pond. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and there is a breaking ball that's taken for a called third strike. Muto stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That is going to bring up the catcher, Jinjiro Simatani. For Simatani tonight, he is officially 0 for 1. He bounced into a fielder's choices last time up, but he also had a sac bunt back in the 3rd inning. So Tatsumi, the runner on first. There was nothing worse than a strikeout or a pop-out in that position. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Simatani. And here's the 0-1 offering. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the offering. It's a fastball. This is swung on. It's going to be lifted foul on the first base side home plate. And now the count is 1-2 to Simatani. Simatani came over last season in a trade from the Yomiuri Giants. He is in his 2nd season with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He actually began his career with the Saitama Cebu Lions way back in 2006. Stayed there until 2018. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded into the 4-hole. It's fielded by Nakamura over to second for 1. Back to first. It is a double play. A really nice play by the second baseman Nakamura. And that is going to do it for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 7th inning. So they had no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 7 complete innings. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 3, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're getting into the deep water as the 8th inning is going to be here when we come back. Thanks for listening. Hold tight. Welcome back, everybody. The grounds crew is out again, doing a little bit of maintenance on the infield. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the top of the 8th inning. Glad you guys could be here. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the 8th inning. And there is going to be yet another change here. Well, actually, it is still going to be Yugi on the mound, or Yuji on the mound, getting his second inning of work in. He was able to retire the Marines 1-2-3 in his first inning work fairly efficiently. He is going to be facing Brandon Laird, Koki Yamaguchi, and Hisanori Yasuda here in the top of the 8th. The Eagles are down 3. It is going to be a night here that they're going to have to pick up the pace to try to catch up to the Marines here. Or their 11-game win streak could be over tonight. Here comes the first pitch to Brandon Laird, and it's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Laird. And here comes the 1-0 offering from Yuji. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So here goes the 1-1 from Yuji. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded to third. It's fielded by Kurikawa. He throws across the infield, and that is going to retire Laird on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Koki Yamaguchi. So outside of the crooked number that was tossed up in the 4th inning, it's been a pretty quiet night. So 3 runs there in the 4th, and then everything else has just been zeros across the board. The Eagles did squander that chance to get a couple of runs back in the 5th inning when that squeeze play didn't work. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now is 0-1 to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi today is officially 0 for 1. He's walked and was hit by a pitch. That was the one where he got hit, and we thought for sure that he was going to get booked by a soccer referee, the way he was rolling around. There was a fastball that swung on and tap foul, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamaguchi. And here comes the 0-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball, and that gets away all the way to the backstop, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yamaguchi. So Yuji holds at the chest. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball that swung on. This is going to be lifted foul down the right field line, and it's going to reach the seats, and the count now is going to remain at 1-2. So now here comes the 1-2 offering. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded to short. It's fielded by Yamazaki. He throws to first. And Yamaguchi is retired on a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. And that is going to leave it up to Yasuda. Our friend Troy Trolls says that the Eagles are really going to lose. I guess you can't win them all. They've got 11 in a row. They squandered their chances early to get some runs on the board here. Now they put themselves up against the 8 ball. They got 6 outs left that they're going to have to do something. And so this is going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda to the plate. Yasuda tonight is officially 1 for 2. He's also walked. And here comes the first offering from Yuji. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Yuji holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. I really like this stadium in Tohoku. I like the Ferris wheel that exists in left field, the brick walls that take you from the tunnels into the stands area, and there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. It's one of the stadiums in Japan I've not been to, but I've got it circled on my list of to-do things to make sure I knock that one off. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's assuming we can get back into the country, because right now there are no foreign tourists allowed to go in. But hopefully that will be lightened by the end of the summer. There's a fastball swung on. It is tapped slowly over to first. It's fielded by Marmoleos. He steps on the bag. And Yasuda is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 7.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing Chiba Lotte Marines 3-0. There will be a pitching change when we return. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for the Chiba Lotte Marines, and we'll get that spec for you in just a moment as they are completing they're getting their warm-up tosses in. I'll get you all the information in just a moment on that change. It is going to be a right-hander, and I have a feeling I thought it would be one of the other guys a little bit different. And it is going to be number 29 in the ball game. This is Yuji Nishino. So Nishino is coming in for the... They also have a change in the infield. We'll get you that as well. Looks like we've got a change. It's going to be Ryusi Ogawa. Looks like he's a shortstop that's going to come in to replace Edney Hechavarria. So interesting that Hechavarria is going to be taken out for defensive reasons, because usually he is pretty good. So there is the first pitch that is delivered. It is going to be the top of the order, Nishikawa, Yamazaki, and Asamura. So the first pitch delivered was a breaking ball down to Nishikawa, and the count is 1-0. Nishikawa today is officially 0 for 2. He's also walked. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 2-0. So Yuji Nishino taking over here in the 8th, looking for outs as quickly as he can get them. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-1 to Nishikawa. We've got Justin Spiro in the house here. He says, I've got the Eagles 2.5, been sitting on it for 2 innings and counting. And so he says, is this relief pitcher any good? There is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-2. Well, the closer for the Marines is not bad, Masuda. You wanted to get to one of these relievers earlier on. Their chance was in that fifth inning when they stranded the bases loaded and they messed up that squeeze play. That would have been the time to get at least a run or two there, but they're going to be in tough in these next 5 outs. There's a fastball off the outside corner. The count is now 3-2. So this pitcher here is going to have to probably walk somebody, and then you're going to have to probably belt a home run to cut the gap here to 3-2, if anything, because it's going to be slim pickings here the rest of the way. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle for a base hit. There you go. That'll get things going here as Nishikawa is aboard with a single. That is going to bring up Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So that might have your answer right there. So Nishikawa is aboard, and Yamazaki is striding to the plate. Yamazaki, when you sometimes think about pitchers or hitters where they say they're going to take the bat out of their hands, this is a guy you might want to take the bat out of his hands, but it is going to be a pinch hitter. It's going to be Daichi Suzuki coming in, and that is a wise decision. So Suzuki is coming in. He's going to be pinch hitting. He's not having a great season. He's only hitting .204. But Suzuki is a proven veteran player who can swing the bat. So he is coming off the bench. Here comes the first pitch from the right-hander Nishino. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So if you're looking for some runs here, it'll be Asamura and Shimouchi to follow. This is a good chance now for the Golden Eagles to get something cracking. So here's the 1-0. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So you know that Yamazaki is going to get a good pitch to hit here. Justin Spiro says, no double play, hit it hard and far in the air. Well, here comes the 2-0 offering. He's going to get a good pitch here to hit. Instead, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Nishikawa. The play was a lot closer than it should have been. So 2 balls and no strikes to Suzuki. He's waiting on the 2-0 offering from Nishino, and it is a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. That pitch was sawed the plate in half. I'm not sure what Suzuki was looking for. You couldn't ask for a better pitch. So here comes the 2-1 offering. He kicks and fires, does Nishino. It's a fastball swung on tap foul over on the first base side. It's going to reach the dugout on the first base side of the infield, and the count now is 2-2. Our friend Justin Spiro says no double play. That would probably be paramount here. Got to be able to battle. They got to be able to get themselves another base runner here. Here comes the 2-2. That ball is spiked in the dirt. And that's going to run the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Marines have the bottom third of their batting order coming up in the next inning. So if you're going to get to them, it's got to be here. I don't think that you want to waste time in the bottom of the 9th. You've got to get at least 2 back in this spot. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 3-2. Justin Spiro says, just walk him, please. Maybe he'll get hit by a pitch. So now it's starting to get interesting again here in Tohoku. So here comes the 3-2 offering to Suzuki. Nishino kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. The only play is going to be to first as they had the runner in motion to stay out of the double play. It's going to go down as a ground out 6-3. Nishikawa is going to advance to second. And that is going to bring up Hideo Asamura to the plate. So for Asamura, he is 0 for 2 today. He's also drawn a walk. He's grounded to short, and he has flown out to right field. The last time up, he sent it right to the warning track. So Asamura steps in. He's officially 0 for 2. Here comes the first offering from Nishino. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Asamura looked like he wanted to deposit that one in the seats, but it would only have been a spot where they would have had just watching this here, that was Asamura just swung right through that pitch. So here comes the 0-1 offering from Nishino. Nishino checks the runner at second. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul. The count is now 0-2. I was saying about Asamura, he hit a deep fly ball to the right field warning track his last time up. That was when he led off the 6th inning. So no balls and 2 strikes here. Even if he put one in the seats, there still would be down a run. He's not the important guy. The important guy is the one right now that's on deck. I definitely don't want to face somebody on deck with the couple of runners aboard. So here comes the 0-2 offering. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-2. Nishino really wanted that pitch, but it just wasn't quite there. It was just off the outside corner, and we get the replay. We would have to agree with that call. So Paul Nathaniel Garcia Guzman says, do you know where I can watch this match? So here we go. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Asamura as he goes down on strikes for out number 2 here. So 2 away, and that is going to leave it all up to Hiroki Shimochi. So Shimochi steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to center field twice, and he's walked. The runner at second is Nishikawa. There is 2 away here in the 8th inning. And here comes the first pitch. And it is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Justin wants to know, is the next batter any good? Hiroki Shimochi is a very good hitter. He's a professional hitter. I like the way that he has his approach at the plate. So no balls and 1 strike. So here comes the pitch from the right-hander Nishino. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I would say not only a single, but they definitely don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. And Jose Marmoleos, that would make it very interesting here, because Marmoleos has the ability to put the ball in the seats and do it regular. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes now to 1-2. So Shimochi's got to find a way to get on base here so they can bring the tying run to the plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the 8th inning. The runner at second is Nishikawa. He doesn't really mean a whole lot, not unless you've got the next hitter coming up to bat with a couple of ducks on the pond. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Nishino kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded down the left field line. That's going to score a run as Nishikawa is going to score, but it's going to hold Shimouchi to a single. He's got himself an RBI single, and the Eagles are on the board. And the score is now 3-1 for the Chiba Lotte Marines. And that is going to bring up the first baseman and the tying run to the plate in Jose Marmoleos. Edney Hechavarria had moved over to third base, and he dove, and the ball just got past his glove down the line into left field. The left fielder did a pretty good job of getting over to field the ball to hold Shimouchi to just the single. But that's going to bring up Jose Marmoleos. With Marmoleos stepping to the plate, he is in scoring position when he steps into the batter's box. Tonight he is 0 for 3, but that is all forgotten if he can do something here. He has struck out twice and grounded out to the first baseman. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses up and away. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Alexander Leggett in the house. He said he didn't know that we were streaming tonight. Yep, tonight and tomorrow. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Marmoleos. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. We will be back on again tomorrow for these same two teams. And hopefully you guys can come on in and join us for that one. Same time. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific time if you're on the west coast of USA and Canada. 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Or in Japan time, it's 1400. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It's just going to advance Shimouchi over to second base. Marmoleos keeps the band playing. He's got himself a base hit single. Shimouchi moves over to second. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Fumiya Kurikawa. Or will it? Because are we going to get a pinch hitter? So here we go. Let's see what's going to happen here. All of a sudden, this game has got to be very interesting as the go-ahead run is now stepping up to the plate. And it's going to be the it for Marmoleos as he is going to get pinch run for. So there is a pinch runner now at first base for the Golden Eagles. It is going to be Kazuki Tanaka. So Tanaka in the pinch run for Marmoleos. His day is over. Paul Nathaniel Garcia Guzman says we need a tie game. I hope not. I hope this game ends up where somebody's going to win it. But Alexander has jumped in to the fray here, and we're going to be at it again tomorrow night. There were some people earlier asking where the link is at, and Alexander usually chimes in with that stuff for us. So here comes the first pitch to the third baseman, Kurikawa. It's a split finger pitch that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0. We appreciate you guys checking in. Question from Justin Spiro: is the current batter any good? That's Kurikawa. He's entered the game tonight hitting .286. He's a 1 for 3 on the evening. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Nishino has digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. It's already the 26th pitch of the inning. So 2 balls, no strikes. And the left-handed hitting Kurikawa. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. As we get the look of the replay on that one, I think that the umpire may have got that one wrong. So all the Golden Eagles fans, that would have been 3-0 to Kurikawa. So here comes the 3-0 offering. Nishino holds at the chest. And he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1. The Marines do have an open base to give here, but they certainly don't want that to happen because Kurikawa is the guy they want to get. Tatsumi could be very dangerous. He's been hot recently. So here comes the 3-1 offering to Kurikawa. And they kick and fire. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-2. That one definitely was a strike. The one before that he called a strike, the umpire, I would have wanted to see his prescription lenses on that one. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's runners on first and second. They're going to have to make sure that he goes to the plate here. But the runners are going to be on the move. So here we go. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Nishino holds at the chest. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball that misses inside. It is going to be ball 4 to Kurikawa. That is going to load the bases here again, full of Eagles. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Very interesting. There has been no movement from the Chiba pitching coach to come out to the mound to have a word with their right-hander. They're just sort of letting the pitcher kind of hang out there. Kind of curious by this. Let's see if they're going to have a break in the action. But Nishino is definitely struggling. So bases are loaded. This is the second time today that the Eagles have had a chance to cash this one in. And here comes the first pitch to Tatsumi. He swings and fouls it away down the first baseline. I think he wants that one back. Count is quickly 0-1. The tying run is at second base. If he can hit a double here, that would more than likely put the Eagles up by a run. So no balls and 1 strike. The crowd is into it now in Tohoku. You can't say the Eagles haven't had their chances, and this is a big chance right here. Here's the 0-1 offering to Tatsumi. They kick and deliver. It's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over behind the third base dugout, and that's going to run the count to 0-2. So Tatsumi is 1 for 3 tonight. He did single his last time up. He was erased in a double play. So we do appreciate everybody checking in on the channel tonight. Be sure to bookmark us for tomorrow, as we're going to be back on for the same 2 teams, the same time, again tomorrow night. Hopefully you guys can pop in and be here with us. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Shino holds at the chest. He kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. Nakamura fields it. He flips it underhand to first. And that is going to do it. It's a ground out, 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And they get 1 run back. They threaten for more, but don't score any more than the 1 run. There was 1 run in the inning. There was 3 hits. There was no errors and 3 runners left aboard. We are now through 8 complete. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 3, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the 9th in just a moment. We're glad you guys are with us. Hang tight. Here is our friend Dave again. Where are you, Dave?
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Appreciate you there, Dave. And we do have a pitching change for the Eagles. We'll get you that when we come back in just a moment. We're Glad you guys are with us for this one here. It is the Eagles trailing the Marines 3-1. We're going to the top of the ninth. Welcome back, everybody. They do have a pitching change, and it is looking like it's going to be Masaya Nishigaki who is coming in to pitch for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. There are changes around the infield. Daichi Suzuki has taken over at first base, and they do have a new shortstop. So we're going to have to get you all that information as they come up to the plate in their half of the ninth inning. And so completing his warm-up tosses is the right-hander Nishigaki. He's going to be the fourth pitcher used today by the Golden Eagles. So Masaya Nishigaki in relief. So coming up for the Marines, it is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order. It is going to be Oka, Fukuda, and Hechavarria. So Justin Spiro wants to know, is this relief pitcher any good? There's a first pitch fastball swung on. It's grounded to third. It's fired across the diamond, and that is going to retire Oka on one pitch. There is one away. It's a ground out 5-3. So one up and one away, and that'll bring up the right fielder Shuhei Fukuda. Don't really know a whole lot about this reliever. I've not seen him. Maybe he's the midweek guy. So I guess we'll have to see, obviously, when they are using pitchers when they have the lead. That's the way that it goes. So here comes the first offering. And it is a fastball that misses down and into Fukuda. Fukuda showed like he wanted to bunt, but he pulled back. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. For Fukuda, he is 1 for 3. He has singled. He's flown out a couple of times. He's also knocked in 2 of the 3 runs today. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is now 2-0 to Fukuda. Justin Spiro says there's a $1,700 swing hanging on these last few batters. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see here. Here comes the 2-0 offering. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. Moving back on the warning track is the right fielder Muto, and he pulls it in. That is a long out and probably would have had a lot of people biting their nails. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman now, Edney Hechavarria. Justin Aversto says that looked like a homer. Yeah, off the crack of the bat, you had to wonder. Hit that ball right on the screws, but right to the warning track. So Edney Hechavarria steps to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. And here comes the first pitch to him. It's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Justin Spiro says there's a heart attack over there. Now that ball was right to the warning track. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a split finger pitch that is spiked in the dirt. It's away from the catcher, and the count now is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. So Hechavarria waiting on the offering from the right-hander. And it is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Yamazaki fields it. He throws across the diamond. And that is going to retire Hechavarria on a ground out 6-3. And that is going to retire the side here for the Marines in their half of the ninth inning. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. They're going to the bottom of the ninth. It is a 3-1 ball game for the Chiba Lotte Marines over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Buckle up, everybody. We're getting ready for the last piece of this ball game. We're glad you are with us tonight. Here's our friend, Matt again.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. There are some changes, but the most important one in my books is they are going to the bullpen, and Chiba is bringing in their closer, and they're going to try to finish this one off. It is going to be Masuda entering the ball game, and he is going to try to do this. This is Naoya Masuda, and he is looking to do it. Now, I can tell you this about Masuda. Here's my scouting report. He does not make it look easy. And whether it be Yuki Matsui for the Golden Eagles or Masuda, this is always a nail biter. It's never an easy inning of work. He does earn his money for sure. So Masuda is coming in. And he is going to be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order for the Eagles. It's going to be Muto, Simatani, and Nishikawa. For Muto, he is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a couple of hits. He's got 2 singles, and he struck out looking. So he's got 2 of the 7 Eagles hits tonight. We're ready to get this one back underway. V-Launch asked the question, how can I advertise my channel as well? Well, all you got to do is be able to create a video for me. And 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 45, any one of those 3, and we'd be happy to run some stuff for you. The first pitch was a strike delivered to Muto, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1. And there is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And we basically give them as free because they're kind of infomercials for us. We don't get any revenue on them at this point. So we're more than happy to do that and to promote what your channel is doing. You got to create the video, though. There's a fastball swung on. This ball has popped up on the right side of the infield. And coming over is Nakamura. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Muto for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Jinjiro Simatani. It looks like that there is cloud in the area in Tohoku. The lights are on at this point. Of course, it is now just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You can just take a look at on the email on our page there, V-Launch. It's got to be you can send it to us in iOS format, which is fine. I got no problem doing that. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. But I've got to be able to get it over to an MP4 file. If you want to send it to me as an MP4, that works out fine too. we'd be happy to be able to run that for you. So 1 strike it is to Samatani. So here comes the offering from Masuda. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. He blew that by him at 94 miles an hour on our radar gun, and the count is now 0-2. So you can just pull our email off of the page, info@lastrapsbaseball.com. It's the best way to send it at your leisure. And try to make it somewhat appropriate that it lends itself to the baseball, whatever you decide to do. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. There's 1 away. There's nobody on right now for the Eagles. The 9-hole hitter, Simatani, is at the plate. He's got 1 ball and 2 strikes against him. And the Eagles are about to get their wings clipped as they're staring. Their 11-game winning streak is about to come to an end. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. A kick and fire. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side. And the count remains at 1-2. Andrew Pham asks, how many outs are there? There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's nobody on base, and it is Shinjiro Simatani at the plate. So Masuda leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. We're in crunch time here in the ball game, and here comes the pitch from Masuda. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say he did not go, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Eagles really need Simatani to turn it over to the top of the order, because it will be Nishikawa who waits his turn on deck. And here comes the 2-2 offering. Masuda delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined right back to the pitcher. Masuda fields it. He fires it around the infield, but boy, did Simatani hit that one on the screws. Masuda's able to make the catch, and that is going to retire Simatani for the 2nd out of the inning. A nice play. It was lined right back at the pitcher. It was almost self-defense for out number 2, and that is going to leave it all up to Haruki Nishikawa, the top of the order. For Nishikawa, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He has scored the only run for the Eagles. He's also drawn a walk. So he is 1 for 3 and a walk. He's been on base twice. They really need him to get the party started here with 2 out in the 9th inning. Just as a reminder, we will be back on the airwaves on the stream again tomorrow night. Same 2 teams, same start time, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern if you're in North America, or 1400 if you are in Japan. So the first pitch delivered to Nishikawa was a fastball that misses up and away, and it's ball 1. So 1-0 to Nishikawa. Masuda leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt, and he kicks, and he delivers. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. And I have to say, that last pitch really wasn't any different than the pitch before. He just happened to get the call there. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Nishikawa. They need a base runner here, and then to try to be able to keep something going. So here comes the 1-1 offering, and that is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. Moving over is Oka, and the 11-game win streak is over for the Eagles, as that ball has been hauled in for out number 3. So for the Eagles in their half of the 9th, they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Your final score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles falling to the Chiba Lotte Marines 3-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a couple moments. We are definitely glad you guys can make it in here tonight. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now going to wrap this one up as the final score was 3-1. Just a quick recap on this one. All 3 runs came in the 4th inning by the Marines with 1 away. Koki Yamaguchi walked, and then a single by Hisanori Yasuda, followed by a RBI double by Hiromi Oka, and a 2-run single by Shuhei Fukuda put the Marines up 3-0. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles got their only run back in the 8th inning. It was a leadoff single by Nishikawa, and then a RBI single by Shimouchi with 2 outs. Was able to cash him in. Twice tonight they loaded the bases, did the Eagles, but they failed to score, and that was the tail of the tape. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys being here. Once again says, any of the late games look good? Well, if I had to take a quick peek at the late games and give you my quick, honest opinion, if you guys are looking for a schedule, the pitching matchups are as follows. The Chinichi Dragons are playing at the Yakult Swallows. It is Ichiro Okono going up against Daiki Yoshida. If I had to make my pick on that one, I'd be probably playing the Swallows. The Carp are playing the Hanshin Tigers. Aaron Curry takes to the mound for the Carp. It is Takumi Akiyama for the Tigers. I'd be going Carp all the way with that one. I like the way that Aaron Curry's been pitching this year. The game at the Sapporo Dome between the Oryx Buffaloes and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Jacob Waguspak takes his 0-1 record, but he had a sparkling ERA of 1.69 up against Chihiro Kaneko. I would go with Waguspak in that one. And then lastly, and that would be the Oryx Buffaloes. And then lastly, the Saitama Cebu Lions are playing against the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Chihiro Samita goes for the Lions. Nao Higashiyama goes for the Hawks. To me, that's a toss-up in pitching, but I would go to the edge with the home team at the PayPay Dome for Fukuoka. That would be where my money would lie. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you all being here. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Come on back and see us again. We'll be on the air again at 10 o'clock Pacific time. That would be 1 a.m. Eastern. Have a great night, everybody.